Hey everyone, as far as Burning Crusade reputations go, nothing beats the famous Netherwing Reputation in terms of popularity, and that's for one very obvious reason: the Nether Drakes. Probably the first great looking mount that was actually obtainable by the masses, so naturally everyone wanted to get one for themselves. And guess what? Classic TBC's Phase 3 is here, or actually will be here in a few weeks as of the time of making this video, and you'll be able to obtain these awesome looking mounts yourself. But if getting these mounts isn't really worth it for you, maybe gold will be, because doing these dailies will reward you with a lot of gold every day. But before that, you'll need to get your Netherwing reputation all the way from hated to exalted, and that's exactly what we're gonna be looking at today. We'll see both the fastest and the most stress-free way to get to exalted with Netherwing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so obviously where this all starts is in Shadowmoon Valley, in the southeastern part of the map between the Dragon Maw Fortress and the Sanctum of Stars. So you'll notice the moment you target the first Nether Drake that your reputation with Netherwing is at hated. That's normal, your first goal is to get to neutral, and that's actually quite fast. You do that by finishing a quest chain that takes about 45 minutes to an hour to complete. So we're gonna go super quickly through it here. By the way, as of the time of posting this video, we're still in Phase 2, but you can actually do this first part now in preparation for Phase 3. But anyways, where this all starts is at Mordenai, who patrols around this place. From him, you'll get the very first quest, Kindness. This quest consists in you killing rocktail flayers and rippers and feeding their carcasses to the Netherwing Drakes. I personally recommend you only focus on the flayers. Those are the big ones, because they drop carcasses directly. The small ones drop giblets, which you need 5 of to create a carcass. So kill those 2 if they're close to a flayer incidentally, but mostly focus on the flayers to get this quest done quick. Anyways, once you have 8 carcasses, all you need to do is stay close-ish to a flying Nether Drake and simply feed them with carcasses. Once you're done with that, pick the next quest, Seek Out Neltharaku. You need to turn this to a Drake that actually has a quite wide patrol pattern, so you'll need to search for him for a bit. But once you find him, turn in the quest, pick the next one, Neltharaku's Tale, read through his story and the lore of the Nether Drakes if you want, and simply turn that back again. Okay, the next quest, Infiltrating Dragon Maw Fortress, has you kill 15 Dragon Maw Orcs. That takes place at the fortress southeast of the zone, and pretty much every Dragon Maw mob here counts. Kill 15, turn back the quest to the same flying dragon, and pick the next one, to Netherwing Ledge. For this, you need to fly more south, to the big floating island you see on the map, and you'll need to find 12 of these plants. They're actually called crystals, but they look like plants, as you can see. They can spawn pretty much everywhere, but mostly near mobs. So look for mobs, and more likely than not, there's gonna be a crystal near them. Once you turn that quest, pick the next one, the Force of Neltharaku. For this, you need to free 5 Netherwing Drakes from the orcs that are enslaving them. And this feels a bit buggy at times, but here's how you do it. First, target the Drake from a distance. Use the item on him, and then wait until the Drake turns friendly and starts attacking the orc. From there, just help the Drake kill the orc, and once he's dead, that should give you credit. Repeat that 5 times and voila, you're done. The next quest, Karinaku, has you talk to a dragon chained to a boulder on the ledge of this fortress. Simply turn the quest to him and you'll be presented with this next quest, Zuluhead the Whacked. Don't pick this one yet, because this will summon an elite mob and a bunch of hunters that will start shooting you right away. For this, you'll definitely need a group of at least 5 players. I recommend getting a tank and a healer with that, but depending on your group, that might not be necessary. And pretty much have the tank accept the quest, run to Zuluhead once he spawns, and nuke him down as fast as you can. You could try to kill the hunters on the ledge if you want, but when I did it, we simply zerged the mob and it was mostly fine. And that's pretty much it. Make sure to pick the key from Zuluhead's corpse, free the chained dragon by interacting with the boulder, pick the next quest from him, Ally of the Netherwing, turn it back to Mordenai, and there you go, you're neutral. Again, all of this is available right now in Phase 2, so I suggest you do it now because this place will be full of players the moment Phase 3 drops. Okay, from now, to proceed further, you have to learn Artisan Riding. Yep, that's the 5000 gold riding skill. Once you have that, the next quest will become available from Mordecai, which is Blood Oath to the Netherwing. Turn that in straight away and accept the next one, in service of the Illidari. As soon as you'll accept that, you'll be transformed into a Dragon Maw Orc, allowing you to infiltrate the Netherwing Ledge Camp, which is on the island we went to earlier. So fly there, enter the small building, and turn in the quest to Morgor. After being talked trash to by this guy and picking the next quest, enter the Taskmaster, go to Taskmaster Varkul, just outside, and turn that again to him. Once you do that, you'll have unlocked all the dailies available at this level of the reputation, which is 3 or 4 dailies depending on which profession you got. But before we get to that, let's do a couple last normal quests first. The quest Your Friend on the Island is picked from Yazil the Merc. This doesn't do anything special, but it unlocks more dailies for you to do, so turn that in right away. There's also another quest called A Job Unfinished, which starts from an item that drops from the elite mob Arvoar the Rapacious. You don't have to do that right away, but just remember to kill him and loot this thing from him later. This has you kill 10 Overmind Flayers and Barash the Den Mother, and it gives 250 rep, so do it when you can. And finally, and probably most importantly, there's the quest called the Great Netherwing Egg Hunt. So remember when I said there's a fast way and a slow way to level this reputation? The fast way starts here, because this quest will have you get a Netherwing egg. Those Netherwing eggs are scattered all around the Netherwing ledge. They spawn at random and they're very rare. The thing is, once you finish this one-time quest, which gives 350 rep, you'll unlock a repeatable quest, which gives 250 rep. So you can legitimately farm this reputation to Exalted in a day or two if you're insane by simply farming eggs all day. There's 42,000 reputation points between neutral and Exalted. That means you'll have to farm 168 eggs. That sounds doable, but it's actually extremely tedious. Remember, those eggs are very rare and there's gonna be people everywhere probably doing the exact same thing you're doing. Or incidentally finding an egg by flying around doing dailies. So yeah, if you want to get to Exalted ASAP, this is the way to go. But what I personally recommend is doing a mix of farming eggs and doing dailies. So you do your dailies, and while doing them, look around for eggs on the way. Or if you're not in a rush at all and you just want to chill out, you can just completely ignore the eggs and just do the dailies, which is definitely what I'll be doing. But speaking of dailies, let's talk about them now. So, as I said, once you're neutral and do those initial quests, you'll unlock 3 or 4 dailies. 3 that are available to everyone, and another one you get if you have one of the gathering professions, mining, herbalism, or skinning. If you're wondering, no, you don't unlock 2 if you have 2 gathering professions. The first daily quest is called Netherwing Crystals. This simply has you gather 30 Netherwing Crystals. Those drop from pretty much all the mobs in Netherwing. So this is a quest that you want to do while doing other dailies. And don't focus on this until you only have it left. The next one, a slow death, has you poison 12 Dragon Maw peons. For this, you'll first need to farm 12 fell glands. Those drop from any sort of wildlife in Shadowmoon Valley, so boars, dimentrodons, etc. They don't have a 100% drop chance, so you'll be healing way more than 12. But the mobs I recommend killing are the ones closest to here, the Dimentrodons. Their drop rate seems okay, and they're quite abundant. But anyways, once you have 12 fell glands, go back to Netherwing, get close to the peons that are mining crystals around, and don't worry about the ones that get enraged, that's for a quest later. And use the Yarzil mutton near them to poison them. Do that 12 times and you're done. The next daily, the Not So Friendly Skies, has you recover 12 Netherwing relics. Those drop from the Dragon Maw transporters, who are flying mobs that fly from this sort of runway on the north of the island to the Dragon Maw fortress. And the opposite is also true. There's some that fly from there to this runway. So yeah, this is gonna be a bit annoying to do, especially if you're a melee. Thankfully, those seem to respawn quite fast, at least they do on retail. So what I suggest you do is you simply wait at the runway for them to spawn and kill them right away. Watch out, however, because there's those 2 elite mobs that hit quite hard here. So kill a bunch of those, loot 12 relics, and you're done. The next daily quest, which is gonna require you having a gathering profession, has you do obvious things, either mining nethersite ore from the nethersite deposits, pick nether dust pollen from the nether dust bushes, or skin flayer hides from the flayers. Interestingly enough, you'll not only get the quest items while mining or herbing or skinning those things, but you'll also get all sorts of important reagents that sell for a lot, and even netherwing eggs, so this is definitely worth doing. Okay, so those are the dailies from neutral to friendly. You'll be doing those for a day or two, and once you reach friendly, you'll unlock 2 more dailies and a few one-time quests. Let's start with those first. Rise Overseer, which is picked from the Taskmaster Varkul, will have you be promoted to Overseer by talking to the Overlord, which will unlock the new dailies. But first, let's talk about the one-time quests. The Netherwing Mines, which is also picked from the Taskmaster, will have you go to the Mistress of the Mines at the southwestern part of the island. This will unlock the daily picking up the pieces, but we'll get to that in a second. Crazed and Confused, which is picked from Ronag the slave driver, deep inside the cave will have you kill 5 crazed Merkblood miners and 1 foreman. 350 reps, so definitely do it. The Great Merkblood Revolt, which starts from the Merkblood escape plans, which itself has a low chance to drop from the sludge covered object, which itself has a chance to drop from the black blood of Draenor sludges inside the mine, starts a small quest chain that rewards 850 rep. So you're in no rush to get this, but just remember to kill those sludges as you're doing your dailies inside the mine to start this sooner rather than later. And finally, Overseering anew from Chief Overseer Mudlump has you bring 10 Nuthide leathers and the hardened hide of Tyrannus, which is an elite dinosaur all the way north in Netherstorm. Definitely do this right away because not only does it give 250 rep, but it also unlocks a daily. Okay, let's now move on to the dailies you unlocked at friendly by doing all those quests. First, you obviously have all the previous dailies we talked about, which you should continue doing, but you also have the Boomerang daily, picked from Overseer Mudlump, which is the easiest daily but also the most fun one, because you'll be using a Boomerang to discipline lazy or disobedient peons around the island. Obviously, do this while doing the Poisoning daily to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Picking up the pieces from the Mistress of the Mines has you gather 15 nether mine cargo from the crates around inside the mine. Once you pick this, also talk to the Dragon Mole Foreman inside the mine, who will give you the last daily unlocked at friendly. Dragons are the last of our problems. This has you kill 15 nether mine flayers and 5 nether mine ravagers. Remember to also kill the black sludges when you see them inside here to grab the sludge covered object from them, which can contain an item that starts a small quest chain that we talked about earlier. And obviously also remember to pick any eggs you see, but you'll be doing this for a few more days until you reach Honored. Once you're Honored, talk to the Taskmaster Varkul and pick the quest Stand Tall Captain. This will promote you to Captain and unlock 1 more daily and a few one-time quests. Let's start with those first. First, you have the quest chain for earning your wings, which starts at Jane Noswell. This is an infamously difficult quest chain, especially by the end, because you'll need to be quote-unquote racing other NPCs, but really your objective is to stay close to them so they don't despawn. It starts very easy and slow, but the deeper you get in this quest chain, the harder your opponents will get. By the end, some will even cheat and throw bombs at you that will make you fall off to the ground. And yeah, the last one, the one against Captain Sky Shatter, is infamously hard. You'll probably be doing that a few times before managing to succeed. What I suggest you do is get yourself a riding crop from the auction house. This will increase your flying speed by 10% and make it slightly easier to finish this. But yeah, in total, this quest chain gives a whopping 3200 rep. Definitely do it. The other quest that unlocks at Honored is the Soul Cannon of Retadon, picked from Illidari Lord Balthus. First, this will ask you to grab a bunch of expensive reagents. Once you do that, you'll unlock the next quest, Subdue the Subduer. This will have you go to Nagrand at the Twilight Ridge, all the way west, and use the Soul Cannon on Retadon the Subduer while flying around on your flying mount, avoiding the meteors that he throws at you. Not a super hard quest, but before going there, make sure to pick the next daily you unlocked at Honored. And that's Disrupt the Twilight Portal. For this, you'll have to fly to Nagrand at the Twilight Ridge, same place where you do the Subduer quest, and simply kill 20 Death Shadow agents. So yeah, at this point, you have a lot of dailies, and they have you go around a bunch of places, mostly in Netherwing Ledge still though. Make sure to do all of them to get to Revered Revered fast. At Revered, a new quest chain will become available from Taskmaster Varkul, which will unlock a daily group quest. The quest line will depend on which Shatrat faction you picked, Aldor or Scryers. So pick the quest Hail Commander, turn it into Overlord Morgor, and grab the next quest, Kill Them All. Head to either the Scryers or the Aldor camp in Shadowmoon Valley and turn in the quest there. Pick the next one, which the name will depend on the faction you picked, and this will unlock the last daily, which is actually a group daily quest. This will have you kill non-elite Dragon Maw mobs that will attack in waves. The quest suggests 3 players. Not sure if this is soloable or not, but just in case, wait for a few players to come by and do it with them to be safe. It does give 500 reps, so I suggest doing it. So yeah, you'll be doing this daily and all the other ones you unlocked so far. That's a whopping 9 dailies to do in total, and that's a lot of gold to get every day, by the way. So I definitely suggest you do all of them, and also grab any Netherwing egg you see on the way too, naturally. But once you do this enough time, you'll finally reach Exalted. Once you're Exalted, you'll finally unlock the last quest, Bow to the High Lord, where someone very special comes to promote you himself. But I'm not gonna spoil anything, you'll have to discover it yourself. But anyways, once you're done with that, you'll be flown to Shatrat for 15 minutes, so go grab yourself a snack, and you can finally pick your Nether Drake, the thing we've been working for all this time. Congratulations. You can, by the way, buy any other Nether Drake if you want by going back to the Netherwing ledge and talking to this vendor. And naturally, you can also continue doing the dailies as much as you want to get a ton of gold every day. So yeah, this has been a long video to make, as you can see from the duration. I hope I covered everything, but if I missed something, please let us know in the comments to benefit your fellow Netherwing Reputation farmers. Enjoy your mount and all the gold you'll be making in this process. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a like and subscribe to the Classic WoW Curios channel for more content like this. I will see you guys in the next one very soon. Bye for now.